I do want to take you now to Baltimore City Police Headquarters. That is Baltimore's Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake speaking on a day after Freddie Gray was arrested, 7 days after Freddie Gray died, I beg your pardon, and that happened 7 days after he was first arrested.
I'll never stop believing that we are up to this challenge. Baltimore's made progress before, and we've overcome difficult challenges in our city, and I know that we will do it again. As we move forward with this investigation, it is important that we remain one community, and I'm encouraged by how peaceful the demonstrations have been. As we move forward, I continue to encourage those residents who wish to voice their frustrations to remain peaceful. Our community is experiencing a great deal of trauma, and none of us get the answers that we need or that the Gray family deserves by resorting to violence. This is a very, very tense time for Baltimore City, and I understand the community's frustration. I understand it because I'm frustrated. I'm angry that we are here again, that we have had to tell another mother that their child is dead. I'm frustrated that not only that we're here, but we don't have all of the answers. I want to know why the officers pursued Mr. Gray. I want to know if the proper procedures were followed. I want to know what steps need to be taken for accountability. And if that happens, and the facts tell us what we need to happen, that's exactly, we need to be able to follow those facts. And that's exactly why my focus remains on providing prompt and comprehensive understanding of this incident. Some information has already come to light. Some of the information that is out in the universe is true. We also know some of the information that's out there is rumor. But if there is one piece of information I want to speak about, and speak about directly, is the notion that Mr. Gray was originally pursued because he may have been in possession of a knife. We know that having a knife is not necessarily a crime. It is not necessarily probable cause to chase someone. So we still have questions, and we're moving forward with our investigation accordingly. I take very seriously my obligation of transparency for both the family and the community at large. However, we will balance that obligation with our obligation to ensure that a proper and thorough investigation is undertaken. We will provide the community with all of the answers that the community deserves. We'll identify appropriate accountability if necessary, and we will continue to be aggressive and thorough with our reforms in the Baltimore Police Department. With that, I'd like to turn things over to Commissioner Batts, who will give an update on our progress in the investigation, and he will address some of the immediate reforms that we've taken while our investigation continues. Commissioner?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As I said yesterday at the news conference, I shared the fact that I'm clear that a mother has lost her child. I'm clear that a member of our community is not here anymore. I'm also clear that my goal is interaction between the police department and the community. The goal is to walk home safe for everyone. I am asking for calm and to allow the process to work its way through. The steps that will take place is that the police department will conclude their investigation, or our investigation, by next Friday. Not this coming Friday, Friday after next. At the conclusion of that investigation, it will be forwarded to the state's attorney's office, to which they will make a ruling whether they will file the case or not file the case. At the conclusion of that, there will be an independent review board that I will call. This is the third of such independent reviews that we've brought people in from the outside to take an honest look at our investigation as a whole. We are a community that's on the edge right now. Our voices need to be heard. The community's voices need to be heard. And the most part is that we need to listen. We too are part of this community, and I hear the outrage, I hear the concern, and I also hear the fear. I also ask for the media to also report in a responsible way, because we are on edge as a city, and I need your help to make sure that we get this out in the proper way. As people express their very real frustration in the coming days, we ask only that it is done peacefully. My motto, my goal, my focus is a reverence for human life. That's in our policies, it's in my statements. I make it clear that we will have a reverence for human life. But it goes beyond just the mere actions, including the manner in which we conduct ourselves is paramount. As we move with urgency, and I do say when we move with a sense of urgency in our investigation, we will examine every piece of evidence possible, and we will go wherever the evidence takes us. Areas of concerns for me, and the Deputy Commissioner will cover some of these. What did the autopsy come back with? And that happened today. And what is the preliminary findings of that autopsy? Was the gentleman seatbelted in the van per policy as we relate? Was there a delay in requesting the paramedics at the time that we saw that there may be some serious issues going on? We will show you the video from the CCTV that was referenced and make sure that you get a copy of that and any other video that you wish to see. Was there any evidence of a use of force? Was there a tasing that took place out there? Did the body show any use of force of tasing? Was there any broken bones on Mr. Gray? Was there any evidence of kicking, punching, strikes of any type upon his body? Was there any evidence of the voice box being crushed or any damage done to the neck area? Was there any internal trauma to the organs at all? Was there any vertebrae that were broken in a manner that would cause the severe issues that we are dealing with today? We've all seen the videos, and those that haven't been seen, we will make sure that you get a copy. The actions of our officers appear to be calm. They do not appear to be angry or overbearing when we watch the video. They have no objection to the filming when it's taking place. That doesn't mean or excuse that nothing happened. It just recognizes the facts that are on the video. Other videos that you will see from different angles will show the same location, which leaves all of us seeking more answers. As this investigation continues, we will take corrective action whenever and wherever it is necessary. If we see policies that don't make sense or out of date or antiquated, they will be changed quickly and immediately. If we find a procedure or a process that was handled incorrectly, we'll hold people accountable for that. We will train all of our officers to make sure it is remedied immediately. As a part of an ongoing investigation, I am ordering, and I have ordered, a number of policies to be reviewed and rewritten effective immediately based on national best practices. This includes our in-custody transportation procedures. It also includes the policies that address people in custody requiring medical attention. Anytime someone requests medical attention in any context, immediately we are to respond to that. I have directed our Professional Development and Training Academy to immediately start training tomorrow to certify all of our officers who operate transport vehicles. We will ensure that they have the correct training. We will validate that they have been trained on first aid, CPR, the correct way to seat and house a prisoner in the transportation of a prisoner, in the request of any medical attention whatsoever. As we continue the investigation, we will identify any other issues that come to light and bring them to your attention. If I haven't made it too clearly now, we're being as transparent as we possibly can. We will be open. We will answer questions. We will bring this information to the public. We will continue to keep the public and Mr. Gray's family informed at every step of this investigation as we are able. We guarantee transparency, and as the mayor said, we also guarantee accountability. But at the same time, we're not rushing to judgment before we have all the facts that came into play. I have directed my command staff to ensure that every resource available is dedicated to the accurate, transparent, and timely resolution of this investigation. We have started a new task force. The task force to review this is part of our force investigation team that investigates all force. Our crime lab will be a part of this task force. Our homicide investigators will be a part of this task force. Our training academy will also be a part of the task force that will bring to the state's attorney's office in the week after next the conclusion of all of these revelations. And again, to Mr. Gray's family, I extend my condolences. To the citizens of Baltimore, we will get better. And to the men and women the men and women who are dedicated to keeping the streets safe in Baltimore, we stand ready to answer questions. Deputy Commissioner Rodriguez.
Thank you, Commissioner. And thank you, Madam Mayor, both for your leadership in these times. It certainly makes our direction and what we need to do much clearer for us. My name, as you heard, is Deputy Commissioner Jerry Rodriguez, and I'm in charge of the Professional Standards and Accountability Bureau. I'd like to join Madam Mayor and Police Commissioner in extending my deepest sympathies to the Gray family. Our mission at the direction of the Police Commissioner is and has always been, without prejudice, partiality, to seek the truth and uncover the facts. And we are committed to do that. As you may know, my Bureau investigates all major uses of force by officers, or as in this case, any in-custody death resulting from officers' actions. I want to make it very clear, we go wherever the facts, wherever the evidence take us, and we will do that again. We will do so while demonstrating as much transparency as possible without compromising the investigation or violating any of the laws. There is a lot of misinformation in public, as has been stated earlier. We want to clear up some of the confusions that may exist, and in doing so, we're going to walk you through the timeline of events that led to Mr. Gray's loss of life. We also want to share with you the progress in the investigation, our timeline, our completion due date, and how we're working in partnership with the State's Attorney's Office. We also want to share with you that the current status of the involved officers, as we have been able to interview and determine them, is that they are currently suspended. As we walk you through the timeline to date, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that are out there. First of all, we're going to show you the closed-circuit TV that the police department has. And I want you all to listen to what I'm about to say. It is our video that has been unedited, that is raw. We are not in the business of hiding facts. We will show you that video and provide you with a copy of it. We will be looking specifically at our actions from the point that we came into contact with Mr. Gray up until the time that we requested medical assistance. Specifically, did we miss any warnings? Should we have acted sooner? Should we have acted in any different manner? As was discussed earlier, the autopsy was done today. And as we have stated before, that we had no evidence, physical or video or statements of any use of force. There was no physical bodily injury that we saw, nor was it evident in the autopsy of Mr. Gray. None of his limbs were broken. He did suffer a very tragic injury to his spinal cord, which resulted in his death. What we don't know and what we need to get to is how that injury occurred. We want to get there, but we want to do it very carefully, very thorough, and get to the truth of the matter. As the investigation stands today, we have interviewed all of those involved. We have 2 individuals that we need to interview. As we stated earlier, we're working with the medical examiners. I had folks from my bureau, investigators, homicide experts at the examination today with the ME's office. And our goal, our promise to you is that that investigation will be done by a week from this Friday, and we will submit it in its entirety to the district attorney's office for their review. At that point, we will work to provide any additional information that they may ask for, if any, in order to help them come to the conclusion. I believe we have a couple of, let's show the CCTV cameras. I know, there's a billboard there with the... Again, you will all be getting a copy of this video. It's important to note that our CCTV is in a pan mode unless it is controlled by an individual. At this point, it was not. And that's why you see portions where the video scans may come back around, but by that time, several seconds could have passed. The only time the video will focus on a particular location or person or corner is if the investigator or the officer at the other side of the camera physically takes control of that camera and stops it from rotating. We have only the very best equipment. It'll catch on here in just a second. But it was important for us not only to show you that video today, to dispel, quite honestly, the rumors that have been put out there, but we're going to give you a copy of it. And again, that's right from our cameras. We have many of the other same videos that you have seen, the ones that were taken from different vantage points by members in the community. As soon as that's over, I will walk you through the timeline. This is the only one that I am aware of, that we know, that we have found, that has captured any of the incident, and it was very little. Of our CCTV cameras, I don't know the exact, we provided everything that was on there. You're going to get a copy of it. We're going to have a copy for all of you.
But there are other cameras out there.
There's approximately 600 cameras, over 600 cameras citywide. Yes, ma'am.
But at that corner, there's more.
I'll get that information for you. Lieutenant, do you know what corner that is?
1,600 Mount Court.
How many do we have in that corner?
There's one only on that corner, sir.
Say that again, please.
There's only one camera at that intersection as well on Freesboro Avenue.
So there's only one camera on that corner. We have over 600 citywide.
So the others on Bruce Ford's project weren't operational or not?
That is correct. We have, say that again?
Which is closer than this?
That we only have one camera that captured any of it, and that was this camera here. And we'll answer some of those specifics afterwards.
So it, we could start at 1700 Presbury and Mount. Is this that camera?
Lieutenant, what's the exact corner of this camera?
This camera is 1,600 Mount Court.
Okay, that, the cross street is,
Let me go through the timeline so you understand the locations. Lieutenant, give us the exact corner of this camera again.
1,600 Mount Court.
You have the cross street or now?
there's also a camera at Mount and Baker. And we're trying to be clear on
So we'll get you that information once we're done. He just has the address, he doesn't have the cross.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go through the timeline, and you have had a copy of this timeline before. I'm going to elaborate a little bit more. This incident occurred at approximately 08:39 and 12 seconds at North and Mount. The reason we give these specific times is because we could validate this time, because there is something that was either keyed or said on the police radio that has a timestamp on it. There's how we can attribute a time to it. A lieutenant begins pursuing Mr. Gray after making eye contact with two individuals, one of which is Mr. Gray. Both males take off running southbound from that direction. At approximately 08:39:52 at 1700 Pressbury, 2 blocks south of North and Mount, one of the units gets on there, said the address, and states, "I got him." At 8:40 and 12 seconds, a unit states, "We've got one," and confirms the address of 1700 Press Street. He has stopped Gray at this time. The information we have is that Mr. Gray gave up without the use of force. There was an officer that was attempting to stop Officer Gray that took his taser out, preparatory to using it, but never deployed the taser. That has been verified by downloading the information on the taser and also by the physical evidence on Mr. Gray's body, the lack of taser deployment. At 8:42 and 52 seconds, a wagon is requested for transport. At that point, Mr. Gray asks for an inhaler. At approximately 08:46 and 2 seconds, the driver of the van, of the transport van, believes that Mr. Gray is acting irate in the back. At about 8:46 and 12 seconds, at Mount and Baker, 1 block to the south and east, a unit asks the wagon to stop so that the paperwork can be completed, and at that point, Gray is placed in leg irons and put back in the wagon. We have several witnesses from the community that we have interviewed with regards to this particular stop. At approximately 8:54 and 2 seconds, the wagon clears Mount Street heading towards Central Booking, going southbound. Approximately 5 minutes elapse, and at 8:59 and 52 seconds, there's a request at Druid Hill and Dolphin, which is east of Mount and Baker.
Getting sort of the tick-tock, if you will, the timeline on the arrest of Freddie Gray and the immediate, the point at which in that process he became apparently severely injured. You heard the first from the mayor, then the police commissioner and the assistant police commissioner all say that they have no idea how that happened, and that is the focus of their investigation. And you heard the assistant police commissioner Rodriguez say that he has commissioned the investigation, and the results of that investigation are due a week from Friday. He said that they would immediately share the results of that information with the reporters. We wanted to bring this to you in as much detail as we possibly could.